Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take a quick look here, of course, at Ethereum. We got a really awesome bullish type of pennant pattern here that is forming. I want to discuss that and a few other key factors too to kind of be mindful of, because this coin is looking pretty strong as well as the rest of the market, right? So it's kind of hard to avoid if you want to kind of think about it that way. But what I want to point out here is a few key factors here with Ethereum, but also some important stuff on the back end. And if you are watching, you've been watching for a while, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being an awesome part of my life. I deeply appreciate it. And just comment below, like the video, deeply appreciate that as well. So let's take a look here for the weekend with Ethereum. Where are we at? Well, we got a lot of different scenarios here. We have some previous liquidation that still needs to be swept to the upside, implying we see further upside. But also, if we take a look here as well at the more closer time frames, we can see a lot of liquidation between 2720 and 2700 even. If you saw my recent analysis, you'll know that was expected. At this point, though, is this upper area of 2900 going to be hit? Well, in short, probably, just based on the overall market and how well it's performing. But also, if we do take a look at some other stuff too, you'll notice why I kind of feel like Ethereum should take off here soon. But really quickly to note, we got tons of liquidation. Each one of these bars, by the way, is $3 to $4 billion in liquidation. There's a lot of people going to get destroyed here soon trying to short Ethereum. 2800, 2850, 2900, every one of these areas here essentially has a heavy concentration. You multiply this by, well, it's 4, there's probably about 10, 20 bars. There's somewhere in the range of like $50 billion in liquidation between the current price and 2900. Okay, now again, that isn't like a guarantee the price is just going to run because of that, but there's a lot of reasons why this may likely continue. We do take a look here at this local high. We can see we're breaking through and or consolidating at the recent high of 2750. That's a really good sign to be able to see the price action performing like that. Let's take a quick look at the daily and kind of see where we're at here. What we want to maybe do too is we'll take a look at the larger fib levels here just for fun on the daily, kind of get perspective of where those ranges are at, because we're right in between this 0.382 and 0.5 fib levels. So again, previous supports and or 0.5 fib kind of gives us that anticipation that that area 2850 roughly is going to be an area of resistance, right? But again, for the most part here, we can see a pretty solid amount of consideration for the price to go higher. Now, it's important to recognize there is a fair value gap below the price action here, and that with Bitcoin, expecting Bitcoin to pull back, we could very well see the price pull back to this level and effectively bounce. Ethereum has a ton of support at 2670 to 2600, right? We got a ton of volume in the last, this is roughly about 2 to 3 weeks worth of trading, okay? So we got a lot of support below us, all the more reason why the price is more likely to go up than down. It's going to take a lot of selling pressure to get below that level, okay? So I think Ethereum is looking pretty safe here for along at different areas. Now let's take a look at, of course, where we're at. We can see on the RSI, we're right there at 50. Bitcoin did the same exact thing before it took off here recently. Just kind of hanging out right at 50 on the RSI and inevitably just took off from there. Now, it's not a guarantee this is going to happen. If Bitcoin pulls back, Ethereum will too. But I don't think Ethereum is going to pull back all that hard. If you look at the sideways action from Ethereum and you compare that with Bitcoin, Bitcoin's kind of been choppy where Ethereum's been holding strong, building a nice solid foundation. So I do think we have potential for further upside for that reason. We also can see this the ascending trend line essentially working its way up. We're over the 20-day SMA. We got a long ways between now and the 50-day. That's right there at about 3,000 even. So I think we got some range of motion between here and 3,000. We've also got this previous fair value gap upwards of 2860 on the daily that has not been filled yet from when the price wicked all the way down back on the 5th of August, okay? So again, the daily time frame, while it's not perfect and looking like phenomenal, it's looking pretty decent, okay? So again, that is a consideration there. So big picture here on the 4-hour time frame, looking pretty solid too. While we got the 200-day working its way down, we're above the important trend setters of 20 and the 50-day SMA and even the 100. We can also recognize here as well that we're getting closer to 70, which is actually great in a lot of ways, because when you break through that level, like Solana, for example, it just continues to run, okay? So once more, if we break through that level, we should be in good shape. If we reject off that level, I don't think we're going to see a massive correction, okay? So again, when we do take a look at just say local fibs, for example, we can see here that the pullback, if there was one, probably isn't going to be super significant. We might come down to 2,700, 2,760. My money's on 2,640 being the worst case scenario for us, and the price essentially continuing higher from there. Once more, this is just strictly shooting from the hip here. I'll provide a playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord so you know specifically what I'm looking for. I'll also send out a trade alert for our community as well. but this previous area of liquidation has been swept. We can remove that. And we do take a look, of course, at overextension here. We're at an 8, and now we're consolidating. We've got a little reset, potentially to leg up once more. Okay, so a lot of coins are at this point right now where it's looking like it wants to take off, but once more also considering this nice consolidation period. More likelihood, the longer we stay in this range, the more propensity we have for the price to go higher. If you take a look at Ethereum and compare it with Bitcoin, they're both performing similarly here, but ETH does seem to be wanting to break this little resistance here about 27.65. But me personally, seeing this more local high here, broken through, essentially reestablished as a new low, that leads me to believe we're in pretty good shape to see the price continue to run. We do take a look at the hourly. We can confirm here as well. We got mostly green lights to leave your long position open. When I say mostly, I just imply here that conversion line over the baseline, lagging spans free and clear. There's a lot of reasons why we'll probably see the price stay here or go up moving forward, just based on the overall sentiment where things are at. So while this isn't like a massively bullish situation, I love this type of pattern that we're seeing here, and I really, really do like just the overall price action here for ETH. I think it's definitely going to be a decent opportunity here soon. So again, whether or not it pulls back a little bit before it legs up again, really just depends. But if we look at this and we compare it with Bitcoin, it does seem to be wanting to break its little range here and continue higher up. All right, folks, so I'll post our playout chart here. I'll go ahead and provide some targets as well, of course. And I do want to say thank you again so much for watching. We'll tighten things up here and go from there. If you want to become a better trader, again, just want to mention this. CryptoCache.tech is a site, link down below. Just know I have signals guide here. You have to read through this if you're going to follow my signals. And then also make sure you reference trade alerts too, because these are very helpful for a lot of folks, giving you indication on where the coins are at. I kind of update current open trade positions, but also more importantly, provide you with heads up on trades I'm looking to take as well. So that's all available for you there. Check it out. Link down below if you're curious. Otherwise, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I look forward to working with you. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.